Welcome into PFF TV. Austin Gayle here with Mike Renner, the host of PFF's 2-for-1 Drafts podcast. Make sure to check that out. But today, the Draft Profile series continues. We're talking Clemson off-ball linebacker. Linebacker doesn't give this guy justice, though. Isaiah Simmons, this guy plays everywhere on the football field. Crazy size, crazy athleticism, versatility everywhere. I mean, this guy's got a ton of good things on him.
I would say versatility is almost an understatement with Isaiah Simmons. Last season, 116 of his snaps came along the defensive line, 299 in the box, 262 in the slot, 13 as a wide cornerback, and then 132 as a deep free safety. Any position on the football field, he has played, and he has played at a very, very high level. 88.2 coverage grade among those different alignments is pretty absurd.
Swiss Army knife might be an understatement. I mean, this guy does it all. He might be taking my job here pretty soon if you let him. Okay, but let's talk specific pros. On the field, in those positions he does play, what are these pros?
Well, he has pretty elite athleticism even if you compare him against safeties. He's probably going to run in the 4.4s. Change of direction ability is great. We saw him make plays from a deep middle safety. You know, in that OSU game, that interception he had on the sideline came from a deep middle alignment, going over to the sideline. He has great range and then length. I mean, his ability to affect passes, you see him just reach out in front of a running back, guarding him one-on-one, because he's so long, because he's so big at 6'4", 230, that he just creates mismatch weapons, can guard tight ends very easily. There's a lot of things he can do. Pretty much anything you want him to do, it seems like he's been able to for Clemson.
He can do so much with all these tools he's got. I mean, he's got so many tools: athleticism, size, length, all of those things. Let's talk about the cons. What are the negatives in his tape? I know there aren't a ton. This guy's a top 10 pick, in my opinion, but what are the negatives in his game?
Well, the negatives are kind of if you don't have a defense that's going to take advantage of that hybrid nature. If you want to just plug in that linebacker, really haven't seen him do much of that. Like,
True.
He hasn't played between the tackles, had to make run reads, had to do traditional linebacker things, so he might not be as, exceptional in a role like that. He is not the most physical linebacker, taking on blocks, not necessarily his thing. Another thing that really hasn't done much of. But we have seen him as a pass rusher this last year, as a blitzer. 73 blitzes, got home for 30 pressures, just a crazy rate with how quick and explosive he is. All those things that we kind of haven't seen yet. Everything he has done, we've seen do well. So I think it's just more of a let him do it, get used to it, and in time it'll come for him.
You draft Isaiah Simmons, your defensive coordinator needs to be willing to be creative with his usage and maximize his abilities in that versatile role. You can't afford to plug him at one position and watch him work. All right, do you have a player comparison for this rare monster that can play every position on the field?
To me, I racked my brain, went back through history, looked at all these guys. There's no comp. There is no comp for Isaiah Simmons. He is different from any sort of prospect we've seen, and not just our 6 years of grading, but that I can date back remembering in my many years of watching college football. So Isaiah Simmons, the dude is just different.
I'm not convinced this dude's not an alien. I mean, we have to kind of start to consider it at this point. Bottom line, for Isaiah Simmons, he's been mocked to the Giants at 4. He's sometimes come a little bit after, maybe Panthers at 7. Where do you see Isaiah Simmons going in this draft?
Isaiah Simmons, to me, easily a top 10 player in this draft. He is the future for NFL defenses, these positionless defenses that need guys that can do a number of different roles over the middle of the field. Isaiah Simmons is the future.
You want to get rid of me and get back to more great PFF YouTube content? All you have to do is push that button right there and subscribe. Thanks for watching.